Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, the only thing consistent is change. He just recognized that in his observation of the created world around him, there's just little to no stability. And so people are always changing. We're changing in our ages, in our moods, in our thoughts, in our actions. The seasons and the weather, they're constantly changing around us. And even something that seems unchangeable, like a mountain, with weather and erosion, is just gradually changing. Have you ever tried to depend upon somebody to do what they say, only for them to have lied, or they change their mind, or they do something else? That happens all the time. And we find ourselves disappointed because we're looking for stability and reliability. And what we find is shiftiness. And we find an unreliable source. We're always looking for stability, but unfortunately, we're looking for it in the ever-changing world. And so if we're ever going to find stability, it's got to go beyond creation. We got to look to the Creator. The Bible's just full of Bible verses about God's reliable, never-changing, always consistent character. And I want to look at one of them this morning in James 1 and verse 16. He says, "Do not be deceived, my brother. Every good and every perfect gift is from above, and it comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. Of his own will he brought us forth by the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of his creatures." And so God's not going to one day give us every good and perfect gift and then turn around and start tempting us with evil. He's not going to send his son to die on a cross and supply salvation, turn around and trying to get us to follow after Satan. He won't do that. That's not God. God's consistent. He doesn't vary. He doesn't go through phases in his life. He doesn't have a good mood one day and turn around and have a bad mood. God is stable. He's reliable. In Numbers 23:19, it says that God is not man. He does not lie. He's not going to change his mind. He means what he says, and he says what he means. If he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. The Hebrew writer in Hebrews 13, verse 8, says that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And so here's the good news in the ever-changing world. God is the one thing that we can rely upon to be the same. Isn't that encouraging? I mean, we can find stability in God, and if we're going to put our trust in something, we ought to want to put our trust in him. But here's the challenge. We need to become more like God in this. We need stability. We need to become consistent in what we say and what we do. We need to make sure that if we say we're going to do something, that we're going to do it. We need consistency in doing good, just like God does. And so we need stability, and we need integrity in our life.